Locker room, what's up? Got back home today and, of course, sat around and watched football all day. That's what makes it a great Sunday. Well, watching football made it great. The Cowboys losing put something bad on the day. Let's talk about this game because a couple things I want to bring out and point out when I saw this Dallas Cowboys team. First of all, they gave up more touchdowns right down the seam. I mean, simply down the seam. And this defense is really struggling. Caleb Williams had 298 yards in the air, four touchdowns, zero interceptions. Zero interceptions, I think zero touches. I don't think anybody touched him. I know he had zero sacks. And that's the first time in his career that he had zero sacks. The Cowboys, Chicago talked about it. Chicago Bears talked about better practicing, uh, better habits, and they came out and played like what Coach talked about. Took some kind of a hold of them, had an effect on them because they came out ready to play. I thought the Cowboys were overlooking this team, thinking it was a pretty automatic win. I'm going to say this: I never liked it. I always said, and I know the new way and the new day is do everything. You want to Debo Samuel, you want to do this, you want to run the ball, you want. I don't want to do all of that. I don't want to throw no reverse pass. I don't want to run out of the backfield. I want it to be like that old Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial. They used to have a chicken. It says Kentucky Fried Chicken. We do one thing and we do it right. That's what they used to say. That's what I used to say when I was playing. I do one. Don't ask me to do special teams. I'm certain I don't want to do. I do one thing and I do it right. And the reason I do one thing and do it right is because all these other things is how you get your things hurt. That's what happened to CeeDee Lamb today. CeeDee Lamb decided. Well, CeeDee Lamb did decide. They decided early on to put CeeDee Lamb in the backfield, hand him a ball, hand off the ball, and let him run right. And somebody jumped right on him, twisted his ankle, and he left the game. The Dallas Cowboys are not the Dallas Cowboys without 88. You understand? You have to have 88 on the field. I'm just not a fan of all of this. Let him play wide receiver. We got running backs back there for that. You guys do know in this damn league, nobody gives running backs any credit because they know they don't have a long lifespan. That's why they're not paying running backs a lot of money after they go through their first contract. Then they know, and they give them short-term contracts because they're playing running back and they take a lot of pounding. And we're sitting here putting our best player on offense at the position that destroys players. For the life of me, I don't understand that. That means CeeDee Lamb now has to get tackled by mugs weighing 300 damn pounds. You go down the field. Those guys are weighing 190, 200 pounds. That's what I want CeeDee Lamb doing. Sometimes we get too cute with things. Sometimes we try too many things. And this time is one of those times. When CeeDee Lamb got hurt, that game was over. I understood it. I knew it. But I still watched every bit of it because I thought what was important is whenever there is a situation, there's also an opportunity. Whenever there is, like CD goes out and you say, "Oh my God, this is a mess," there's also a chance to pull greatness out of that mess, and and that opportunity fell right on the shoulders of Pickens today. Pickens Pickens had 5 for 68 yards. Ferguson led the team 13 receptions for 82 yards. I do like the way Javonte Williams was running, and every time, sometimes, I'm just going to leave it at that. I like Javonte. I like the way he runs. He runs hard. I would probably like to get him more opportunities than the 10 rushes he got. You know what I'm saying? I would probably take uh, Miles Sanders had 9 rushes. I would probably take 7 more and give them to Javonte Williams, and because he's the hard runner. He's the runner that's running hard. I mean, I guess Miles has some speed, but I like the way Javonte Williams. What disturbed me about it all was I was hoping that George Pickens took this opportunity to say, "I am he," and he'll still have an opportunity to take this opportunity to say, "I am he." CD won't be right next week against Green Bay. If he didn't return to the game, that ankle's going to swell up some serious tonight. And I did like the fact that he was walking around, on the ankle and everything, and trying to play. We didn't want more play and tried to play. So hopefully we don't lose him for more than a week. But reality is that ankle will be there all season long. It's going to be weeks before he's totally healthy. And I hope the prayer is not like something I had when I had a fibia, a little crack in my fibia, and that takes you out 5 to 6 weeks. Then we are doomed. Then we can call this one a year. If CD has to go and miss 5 or 6 weeks, or just, yeah, if it's a tibia and he has to miss fibia, what the small bone? Which one is the fibia? Small bone, because I heard that. I remember hearing that. It was my first year in the league. My first year, yeah, my first year in the league. Yeah, and that kept, and that's a small weight bearing bone, so it takes a while to come back. So I'm just, and I remember walking around afterwards too, just like he did, and trying to run just like he did, and couldn't run. So I'm hoping and praying that's not it. But the most important part of all of it is the George Pickens part. George, this is such an opportunity, man. You can make it. You are in your contract year, and now you're given the number one position. You gave it. You got the number one position today, and Ferguson went off, and this is your opportunity to go and get your bread and get your bag. And you have to show up right now. And there are things you got to do to take over a game. And I watched George Pickens a lot today, and I like George. And I want, I wish I can spend a day or two with him, because there's some things I see when I'm seeing playing that I wish he would do. I mean, he's a big, strong guy. I wish he would use his hands more to swing, pull, grab, fight. You know, I wish he would get a little lower when he's coming off the ball. He's so high, you're tall, you're giving people your chest. That's why those slant routes don't work. If you get low and you get up on people, you swing your hands with it, man. Swing when you come up under. Don't just run up on it and let people grab on you and then you try to fake and run a slant route. Play that man. Go up to him. Take your time, young man, and swing at his ass. Stop just letting people touch, tug, and grab on you. You're in a fight. You're in a fight. Everything has to be a fucking fight. Every ball, you have to be in a fight. Be in a fight before he throws the ball, be in a fight for the ball, and then be in a fight after you catch that pass. This is a great opportunity to step in and say, I can take over this role. That's the most important thing the Dallas Cowboys got going on right now. We'll talk all week about Michael Parsons returning, and I will be talking about it too, and I'm looking forward to it too. And Green Bay's coming off a loss, so they'll be mad, but Dallas is coming off a loss. And Dallas is going to have a hobbling CeeDee Lamb if they're going to have a CeeDee Lamb at all. Mm. I was looking to I was hoping, of course, to win this and then come out at least the first four. If we win this, and Green Bay was looking like they were world beaters, So I kind of penciled in 2-2 after the first four. But now this was a bleep here. This was a little hitch in the get up. So now Dallas is scarily staring at 1-3 if they can't come and make the Packers lose 2 games in a row. And for me, that's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. Maybe I'd have taken a different approach if Washington had lost with their backup quarterback today, or maybe I'd taken a different approach if Philly had lost because they were down 17 points in the fourth quarter, something like that. Maybe I would have a different approach, but none of that happened. And so I can't take that different approach. I have to sit here right now, right here, and start saying, you guys better start ringing an alarm. And I don't give a darn. I don't know if Green Bay and Michael Parsons and Dallas both were looking over the people they were playing today, thinking about that they're going to be playing each other next Sunday night. But neither one of those teams played anything like we would expect them to play and getting ready for this Sunday night matchup that everybody's talking about when Michael Parsons returns back here to Dallas. The Cowboys, they'll talk about Parsons all week long. Y'all asses need to be talking about y'all asses. I don't care about nothing with Michael Parsons. That's gone now. I love him and I wish him the best. But y'all got to talk about what the hell you guys are doing. Don't let them fall. Don't even trick. Don't let them fall. Don't you fall for that trick. Michael Parsons, Michael Parsons, Michael Parsons. No, you have to work on what you're doing. And right now, what you're doing is not good. This is always the kind of games I worry about with Dallas. These games where they feel like they can relax a little bit unless it's on the line. They just don't seem to show up in those games like you need them to show up. And they did it again. I'm anxious to see if they hold true. Like they'll show up for a big game like the one next Sunday night. Somehow they'll show up for that. And I hope they'll show up. Because 1-3 is going to be a tough start. And with the way Washington playing and Philly still winning, and Philly already got 1 game on you. It's a tough hole to try to climb out of and end up in the playoffs. And so I'll talk the rest of the NFL here. I just got to deal with my Cowboy stuff first, and then I got to go try to root up the pain out of my gut so I can move forward and talk about the rest of the stuff. You see what I mean? So let me go do some pain rooting, and then I'll come back and we'll talk the rest of the NFL. All right, locker room. I had great highs on Saturday, great lows on Sunday. I guess that's what they call highs, lows, highs. Yeah, that's what they call a damn roller coaster. That's what I feel like I've been on.